We can pick our analytical notations and analyze everything it is that we should do and actually do it. We can take the time to inspire ourselves, be informative, be inspirational and creative, and also unique at the same time, but not too far out of the box that you completely stand out, but stay within the confinements of what you're allowed to do. Objectives you see that you can actually do something about. Things that you have power to do, whether it is in small baby steps or small increments of a bigger picture, instead of chomping away at what it is that is too much to overbear when you see the whole picture, but to focus on a smaller aspect of it and take the time to go through it and fix it at your own pace. You can analyze the information that you seek out, and others may actually in tune with a similar frequency as your own, whether it be an extra 2 cents or something that just doesn't quite exactly fit your puzzle. But to take the notations and work through them and formulate your own recipe. Take the pieces, the bits, figure out what works for you and what works great for you. To know the analytics of it and to work through it. And to step forward from a non-active notion into one's full acted out devotions. Whether it be whatever you do. Maybe it's people you're working on, your basic sociology, or that car in the driveway. It really shouldn't matter who, what it is that you're actually doing, as long as you love to do it. One of the best things I've ever heard is when you love to do something and you like to do it so much that you would do it free for yourself, then to see a need in other people's lives for it and make a job for yourself of something you like to do and get paid to do it. The inspiration, the creativity of the whole picture is there from your values in which you are and your moral intent in what you intend to do, and the likeness of what we call ethics, or greater than ourselves. But to inspire the ones around us as they too have similar needs and bases in their lives that they have forgotten about and they've lost touch with. And in a likeness of your own, maybe they'll decide to someday take up their own torch and work on whatever it is that they need for themselves to do. So hopefully you're on the same picture as I am, and your heart and intentions are true and pure, with not treachery or deceit in it. Then it is that truly no good deed goes unpunished. That it is that you're either for me or against me. It is a simple recipe of a soup in which I've prepared for myself, in which you, being the onlooker, looking in and seeing what it is that I am doing, and me noting that of your presence, and sharing a piece of this meal that I've made for myself of information, knowledge, lessons, in which I share with you as my burden, for it is that I lose this piece of my own time for myself, but it is also in the same hand my blessing, that it is that I get you with your time. And it is that you're either for me or against me. So you could hate or you could love it. But that's your choice. Social fitment orientation. A political smorgasbord. The rightment of a rightment. The depiction of an analytical moment to place a judgment upon another to gain one's self-need, or a self-notation of an element, a thirst or a hunger. To have the clothes made or tailored to one's body, every stitch, niche, border, and sewn into a place of an empty void in one's heart, desire, drive. A goal researched and determined and built out of one person, in which they may lust, not caring about the whole picture, but now one speck in time, a single step forward in whatever may lay in the path in which they walk upon, maybe even thousands of millions of years of growth and evolution, but not really caring. Just their now, their today. But you and your you and your drive, your morals and your values, and you, the owner. Ethics, as they are taught and learned. Moving. The word moving in general is so vast. It could be good. It could be forced upon. It could also be like a river that flows down through two hills, casting shadows upon each other in the winter months to the spring days, melting the snow to saturate down into the soils, the roots, and the fissures, developing into streams, creeks, and rivers. And as the droplets of water gather and grow in mass and quantity and momentum, always growing but not always growing, learning but not always learning, but knowing as a collective and growing in common knowledge and potential for self and the others around them. Like a table manner passed down through the generations of a bloodline into a community. Small but growing, but not always growing. Blood is thicker than water of the womb. As you are today, with the thought pulsing through your head, growing the next great thought, and the choice that you have to make better choices. More research and information now at the tip of your very finger today than there ever has been before us. To weigh the core of yourself before it is you ever test the core of another around you. To take the time and look at yourself and ask yourself what it is that you have, and tell yourself what it is that is so great about you. Tell yourself that you need you. Tell you that you have everything. Tell you that you are missing nothing. Because you know you have everything. Sell yourself to yourself today. Look at you and say, I need you for you, because you will get me through this. I should hire me today, because it is that I have everything that I need. And I choose me. And depicting my footprints laid out in the sand, like the poem for me today. Now, knowing what motivation drives me and where it comes from, and what my lessons were and what they were taught to me as, and sticking with them. So be it a need, be it a stick in the forest that you seek out. You say, this will make a fine broom handle. And pine needles upon a tree, and lashings maybe from old shoelaces, as you fashion and fare in together what we all know is a simple broom. And they say, wish in one hand and one in another, and see what you end up with most. So by all means, get off the couch. Get out in the world. Try something new, make new mistakes. Earn new scars. But do it. And do it now. Because tomorrow is tomorrow. And today is today. There's no better reason than to get anything done today. When you look at the simple choice of it, choice by definition, the act of selecting or making a decision when faced with two or more possibilities in life. Choice theory, a theory of an explanation of behavior developed. All we do all our lives is behave. We choose our behavior in an attempt to meet one or more of the 5 basic needs built into our genetic structures. The 5 levels of needs: physiological needs, simple: food, water, clothing, sleep, and shelter, are the bare necessities for anyone's survival. And air. Safety, security: once a person's basic needs are satisfied, the want for order and predictability sets in. Then there's love and belonging, friendship, family, intimacy, and a sense of connection. Esteem, confidence, achievements, respect of others, and a simple need to be unique and individual. And then self-actualization. Moralities and creativity, spontaneousness, acceptance, meanings, and inner potentials. Choice is a foundational link between general decision making, goal setting, problem solving, and conflict resolutions. The process of decision making can be taught and should motivate, challenge, inspire critical thinkings. Morals and values. Morals and values are a part of a behavioral aspect of a single person. A moral is a system of belief that is taught through deciding what is good or bad. Values are a personal belief or something that comes from within. These are all emotionally related for deciding what is right and what is wrong. But the simple fact is, have you ever questioned someone's basic moral code or the values in which they themselves base their decisions upon? When we think about this, our minds wander to these places. The terms ethics, morals, and values tend to seem similar, but they are not quite the same. Ethics and morals, in fact, many ethics consider the term interchangeable. However, there are slight differences in how they affect our lives. While morals are connected with individual thinking and feeling, good or bad, ethics determine what behaviors are right or wrong. Ethic dictates what practical behaviors are allowed, while morals reflect our intentions. Consider morals a rule, and ethics a motivation that leads us to proper or improper decisions. The 5-step process of making a good decision. Identifying a goal. The most effective strategy is to keep your eye on a good goal. Gather the information for weighing your options. Consider what the outcome may be. Make your decision. Evaluate your decision in time as an outlook, so it is that you gain your new stripes, your new scars, what to do's and what to not do's. By the time you determine and execute a choice that you've made based on good ethics, morals, and values, you would have a seemingly good and proper outcome of your own choice. If you maintain your path of good decisions, dictating great notations, good goals, you know where you are right now. You know where you can be later. X marks your spot in life, and you know where you're at. Set your foundation. Plant your marker. We are always learning and teaching, but not always teaching or learning, but growing in knowledge and potential for our one self as a single step, and for everyone around us in one giant small step. Having our choice and making good choices leads to more good choices. Core positivity for not only me, but also you. And all it is that we all do is just simply behave. To the good stuff in life. So I was out hunting around looking for parts for one of my projects I got going on. And I come across this guy. He's selling a whole vehicle. And he's wanting the price way more than I can afford. So I make a really low offer on the car. And he got offended. I said, no, it's not you and it's not the car. It's just I need a few pieces off the car to complete my car. And that's about all I can really deem for my expenditure on it. He says, oh, I'm sorry, I misunderstood. I thought you were just being rude and like most people. And I said, no, I'm just being truthful. I just need a few things and just trying to get a piece of nostalgia back together and back on the road and running again. So a couple of weeks go by and I totally forget about it. And this guy, he shoots me a text message. He says to me, he says, hey, come pick up your car tomorrow. Just mind-boggling what the truth does for some people. And I'm speechless.